Okay, let's take a look at where you are right now, Andrew. Some good things and some things to still work on. So right there, that swing was really a lot of casting of your hands. Let's just stop it right there. Let me just put a couple lines on here and show you that you you do have this fade kind of going on where you're fading forward. We're trying to keep you off your front side with your weight. And when you fade forward, that becomes a little more difficult. So let me just forward this, and I'll show you. So see how much you've moved forward there? It's not the worst thing in the world, okay? As long as we can continue to keep our weight on our backside and not get over on our front side, we can actually live with that, right? That's just called being a little linear before you're rotational. And so again, it's not the worst thing in the world, but we need to pay attention to it. We need to make sure that we're not making a mistake and getting too far out on our front side. Another thing, let me move this forward a little bit. I don't particularly like where this back elbow is. So it stays really, 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 you've got it tucked into your ribs, right? It can be out here a little bit for a little bit more comfort. And what it does is, if you will put it out here, right? If you will put it out here, it will allow you to get your hands a little bit into your chest, right? So here's the number one thing you struggle with is because your hands start quite a bit away from your chest, they then cast too early. So the ball is right here, if you can't see it, okay? And you are well beyond, this elbow here is supposed to be at like 90 degrees, right? That power L that we talk about. And you're well beyond that. So your hands are just casting too early. And what I'm saying is, if your back elbow was to this circle, right, it would allow you to bring your hands in a little bit closer to your chest, okay? And then when you turn, you could stay inside the ball much longer. And that's what we'd like to see happen. Now, let's take a look at a couple other things that are really good. Look at where your hands are in relation to your back knee, right? So that's what we talk about. You're doing really good there. Another thing you're doing a really good job of is you're using that heel for timing, but you're not picking that foot up off the ground. So, significant progress here, right? So there's just a couple things that for you to work on. Maybe watch that fading forward a bit, and let's take a look at that back elbow and if that helps us to stay inside the ball.